Hello, welcome back in my game. So this is another episode not related to the First World War, but to the Second World War, when I do have a Battle of England scenario, and I got three Supermarine Spitfire Mk1 versus three Messerschmitt 109 Emil. So like you see, the flying console is very similar to the World War One scenario. So I got like a Spitfire flying console and also the Messerschmitt flying console. When you can see difference between the speed for each plane. So the Spitfire had a boost mode, so you can speed up like a 20% versus the average speed and a few times during the combat fight. And the Messerschmitt was very stable plane. So like you see, I simply measure the speed for each plane, and I gave some like a purpose. So also the Messerschmitt can climb up not so high, not so fast like a Spitfire, but Messerschmitt can dive much better than the Spitfire. It's because of the carburetor inside the Spitfire engine. So the Spitfire couldn't dive so deep like Messerschmitt. Also, if you see the flying console for the make turns, the Spitfire, it's much better in turns. So I create like a two flying console for the Messerschmitt. So Messerschmitt can make like a 90-degree turn maximum, and the Spitfire can make like a 110, 120-degree turn. Also, they can change the altitude during the sharp right turn, or the just simply fly traverse right, traverse left. So this is the two basic flying consoles for the plane. Also, I have created 12 damage cards, which you can see over here on the table. So depends on the dice. When we start shooting to each other, there is only one shutdown for the both players, for the German aircraft and the British aircraft. But if they start shooting to each other and get some positive results, we are going to add four more and replace them with any of the cards. Depends on the dice results. For instance, number 4. So this is the number 4. So from that moment, the shutdown will be number 4. Every player can change the position on every card, no matter of situation, just to make our randomization for the shooting. So this is the 4 additionally with a diamond on the corner. How far they can shoot, you can see over here. Messerschmitt had a much powerful weapon system than the Spitfire, so you can see the distance for shooting range. Also, but there is also one limitation, a very good limitation for which give some benefits to Spitfire. So if you see, the Spitfire can turn much wider than the Messerschmitt. So here we go. So if the Spitfire is planning to shoot to any of the aircraft, they have much wider range versus the Germans. So the Germans has about 120, about the 60 degree, and more about the 95 degree. It's a Spitfire. So when they will start fighting against each other, the Spitfire, when they try to attack left or right, like you see over here, automatically the range doesn't make difference for me, because the Spitfire can make much wider turn and attack his opponent. So I do have a scenario when I got three planes on the altitude 3,400, 3,600 and 3,800 meters. On the other side, I got three Messerschmitt flying on the altitude 3,000, 3,400 and 3,200. Here we go. Now, let's determine who's going to make first. I'm going to use dice. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 5 will be Germans, and 4 to 6 will be the British. So who's the first? Number 6, so the Brits start. So I'm going to think about how to use the Spitfire in that case. I can use the traverse. So if you attached the flying console to the point of flying, I can decide that I'm going to fly traverse right. So by traverse right, I can also change the altitude per or 800 meters or dive 400 meters per up and down. So I'm going to change my altitude from 3,400 to 3,600. And then when I move that plane, I got a special marker called M. M is this aircraft moved. Now I'm going to move the German aircraft. So the German aircraft decide to fly straight to his opponent. So using the straight line, straight left, you see the markers touching the mounting plate. So I'm going to fly straight left, and also I can up down, so I can up 400 meters. So I'm going to climb by 400 meters. And also when the German plane move, I got move. So this is the first so-called round in the face. Now again, because we got two other planes, I'm going to run the dice number 5. So this time German starts. So I'm going to use the second Messerschmitt. Second Messerschmitt also will fly straight left, and I'm going to climb up from 3,200 to 3,400. And also I will point the M marker. The plane has been moved. Now there's a British chance. So I'm looking for the Spitfire. So the Spitfire, now the straight boost can be used only as a defense. So like you see, there are some of the cards which telling the aircraft to speed up very quickly. SBR, straight boost left. So you can't speed up when you fly. So you have to fly by regular average speed. So I'm going to fly up, and if this enemy aircraft is on 3,400, I'm going to use mine on 3,600. So I'm flying without changing the altitude. So token M. So now we got scenario when we got two planes moved. Now another round. 3. German starts first. So the German plane going to rejoin the formation by flying straight left without changing the altitude. And also I mark this M. So all 3 planes has moved. Now I'm going to use the last one. I'm going to walk to the Spitfire, and I'm going to use the Spitfire and push the Spitfire straight left. Here we go. So from that moment, all 3 planes from both ends moved. So now we can start this another phase. If you want to start another phase, you have to remove M markers from the both ends, both players, and then we can decide what to do next. Who's going to fly first? British. So now the distance is very short, so I can try to think about how to attack his opponent. Now I am 3,600 meters above, and he's 3,400 meters. So all 3 German aircrafts are 200 meters below my Spitfire. So I'm going to climb up by 800 meters maximum. So from the 3,600, I'm going to change my altitude to 4,000 meters. So I'm going to use the 4 and get to 0. So I change the altitude to 4,000 because I know that I'm close enough to the enemy. So like you see, I changed the altitude. So now the German turn. So I have to think about how to resolve that issue. So I'm going to fly Messerschmitt straight left, and I'm going to just simply pass this formation just to count on luck and change the altitude to 3,600 meters. Move, and indication M, the plane has been moved. Now again, I'm grabbing the dice, so I'm going to throw the dice. It's 4, so the bridge starts again. Now let me see that I can attack the aircraft, German aircraft. The point is, if I try to attack this aircraft from the front, like you see over here, show the situation. So we are too close to each other because I can see the red line. This is the distance, for the safe distance from the crash purpose. So I can't attack Messerschmitt because he's too close of my Spitfire. So what I can do over here, I can just simply try to or pass or fly or make turns. So I'm going to simply make straight left without changing altitude and put the marker on. In that case, I can make a sharp turn and try to fly behind the Messerschmitt if I like. So now the second option is a German. Now the German is much better option. The German is going to fly, and again the same situation. We are too close to each other to make action. And also, he's on the 4,000 meters, he's on 3,400 meters. So now, because I can fly up, because I can fly up on the Messerschmitt on 3,400 and he's at 4,000 meters, so there's 600 meters difference. But the maximum average is 400 meters, so I can climb up to 4,800 meters and I can measure that distance of the aircraft, so I can attack this aircraft from the lower altitude. Then I have to put information. I'm going to attack up, and also I'm attack not straight, that's a straight, but attacking the right wing side. So it's attack right. That means the next German move after the shooting must be fly up and make turn right direction. So this is the situation. Now this is the damage cards for the Messerschmitt shooting to Spitfire. So I'm going to use the 12 dice. I'm going to throw number 5 and I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I missed and the Spitfire can run away straight, right, or up or down 400 meters. So please have a look. This aircraft moved already. So even if it's under attack, he still can move. So by using that ruler, I'm taking the straight right. Let me check, am I able to run away? Now situation is pretty critical because we are almost hitting each other. So I will be turned the result. I must go straight right or up or down 400 meters. So I'm going to, instead of the fly down, I'm going to fly up to 4,400 meters. So I'm going to move my aircraft here, just on the front, and I am 4,400 meters. So I run away. Now the dice can move, return to the place, but also you can mix them, depends on the scenario. So every player can mix them any moment, so it's give the full randomization. Now the situation is that we got 2 planes move. Now this plane is on the 4,400 meters, but we got still 2 more to fly. So let's decide who's first. The Brits. All right. Okay, so the Brits flying straight right and flying down 200 meters. So from 800 to 600, and marker moved. So all 3 planes has moved. Now it's time for the Messerschmitt. So the Messerschmitt might see the chance to attack the opponent. So the situation is that I got 3000 centimeters, one Spitfire here, moved already. So this one, it's at 3400 meters. So I will try to think about that. Am I able to attack? Nope. If I want to make turn, I can just simply hit my neighbor. If I want to fly straight, it's again situation is that I will be too close for shooting. So from that point, another round is finished. So like you see, it's not so easy to play that fight, because there is some limitation about the distance to his opponent, and also make a wide turn, so we're not going to crush each other by purpose of the having good fun. So now I'm going to remove all M. Now the situation is, who's going to start first? Dice. This time Brits attack. Okay, so the British move first. So I have to think the way how I can make the situation up and running. So I'm going to use that aircraft. I'm going to pass German aircraft and down the altitude to 3200 meters. So I flew down and M. So the first aircraft moved. Now it's time for German to make a move. Now the German, one is on 3600 and one is 3400 and one is on 3800 with order flying up and make a wide turn. So I have to make space for him. So I use that. Now I try to fly straight right, see how it goes. And now another move. Who's going to touch? Brits. Excellent. So the Brits move. So I'm going to use that aircraft. I want to see that how I can make turn. So from 3600, I'm going to fly here. I'm going to change my altitude from 3600. Oh, excuse me, I can't. I can make only traverse. So when I'm turning, but I still can attack his opponent. So let me see. Am I able to, by wing? Yes. So I can shoot to the German aircraft. And here we go. So let's see what will be the result of shooting. So this is my British to German aircraft damage. And 11. Let me count first. Okay, so we have to attack right and up. Right, attack. Left from this side, and also M. Its plane has moved. So that's 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I missed. So instead of the flying up and right, German aircraft must fly straight right. So this SR straight right is here. So if you attach like this, okay. So I can put this up, okay, my point, since they are much below, straight right. So I'm run away. And from that moment, I can do up and right because I was forced to make a different maneuver. So this is the basic game scenario when you got 3 planes against 3 planes, and from that moment you can make a fight with the World War II planes or World War I planes. This is a scenario when I'm using the 12 type of the damages, but also to simplify it, we can make a 6 damages, like a basic shut down, missed any right, missed any left, etc., etc. So I hope you enjoyed, and you will see the different scenarios, different version of my game, and you can make a game exactly the same scenario or create your own per the basic rules. Like you see on the over here, I do have also the US aircraft, Japanese aircraft. I got much modern, so I just simply built a fleet of the different aircraft from the different era. So you can make depends on the situation, create flying console, depends on the speed, depends on the turn rate, and the speed of in the climbing, the speed in the diving, and make your own game for tabletop. Hopefully not so complicated. Thank you so much.